Here we go.
Go ahead.
What is going on, guys? Matt Marinoff. I am your stewardess for today's flight, and the captain is Carolina Capello. She is a real estate attorney in New Jersey, and she practices immigration law and real estate law. And we're talking about basically what's going on in the environment that we're in right now. She's going to give us a little bit of a spin on the real estate market for herself. He actually said that she's pretty busy right now, probably the busiest she's been in a while with the real estate side. So again, guys, COVID-19 doesn't mean it's getting us down. People are motivated to purchase properties. This young lady is a true professional. She went to Vermont Law School. She also went to Rutgers University. She is fluent in Espanol. I'm actually fluent in Spanglish myself. So you can imagine how that conversation would go if we tried to speak in Spanish. I actually met Carolina a couple of years ago through a mutual friend. And, it's amazing. You have the opportunity to meet with people, try to find out, basically what makes them tick, why they do what they do. And it was also, there was an immediate, I don't want to say attraction, but there was an immediate, I gravitated towards her because of, you could tell that she actually cared. There are a lot of people that are in law that really don't care about individual people. They care about a paycheck. So she's definitely on the bandwagon with the whole people before profit, which is great. And I'm going to let her tell a little bit, about her story, who she is, and what was the making of Carolina. And then we're going to dive deep into a little bit about immigration law. We're going to talk about real estate, and we're going to talk a little bit about COVID-19. Without further ado.
Thanks, Matt. Thank you for having me on your program. So a little bit about myself, and I don't want to bore your audience, but I am an immigration and real estate attorney. I decided to go into these two areas primarily due to the immigration part, and I'll tell you why. I'm the daughter of Cuban refugees that came from Cuba back in 1962 after the Bay of Pigs invasion. So my parents arrived here with my grandparents, and they started their life all anew here in the United States, first in Jackson Heights, Queens, and then later in New Jersey. I grew up learning about communist Cuba, what life was like back pre-Castro and then afterwards. And I was inspired. I've loved my family. I love, all the community, the big Cuban community, both in New Jersey and in Miami. And I was very much, at the time when I went to law school, I was really thinking about going into environmental law. That's why I chose Vermont. But while I was there, I took an immigration law class. I fell in love with immigration law. And when I got out of law school, I decided to clerk for a while. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And I did a lot of things, whether it was securities law. Later on, I did some e-discovery. I did labor and employment with the New Jersey Department of Labor. But somehow it was just this one case that I took pro bono of this child from Guatemala who came unaccompanied, who was fleeing the persecution of the gangs. And through my representation of that child, and I was able to get asylum for him, I just fell in love with immigration. And since then, I've been handling immigration cases, mostly doing removal or what people may know as deportation defense. And then later on, taking on, representing clients through asylum, doing a lot of consular processing where people petition their relatives, doing fiancé visas, naturalizations. So I do the whole gamut of immigration with the exception of business immigration. And while I was representing my clients in immigration proceedings or helping them get their green cards, become U.S. citizens, they would ask me, Abogada, can you help me achieve the next American dream? Oh, that's my daughter, which is buying a house. And I said, sure, why not? And I think that for someone like myself, who's the daughter of immigrants, the two American dreams here is becoming legalized, getting your green card, and becoming a United States citizen and buying a home. And I love working with clients, whether they're immigrants or non-immigrants, U.S. citizens, green card holders, in achieving whatever their objectives are. And especially obtaining a home is one of the ones, that's a huge investment. And I love hand-holding clients. And I've worked with you, Matt, and your clients. And a lot of the clients that I've worked with you have been Spanish-speaking, bilingual-speaking clients, or only Spanish-speaking clients. And I love that hand-holding. I'm all about customer service. And one thing that you probably don't know about me, Matt, is that I used to work for Nordstrom's when I was in college. So for me, the whole hand-holding process, customer service is very key to, how I run my business. And it's very important that customers are satisfied with my delivery, whether it's legal services, but also when I'm working with third parties like yourself, that the whole overall experience is great.
So working with the people that you work with on a daily, with a day in and day out, what do you feel right now based on, the environment that we're in, as far as, the whole, immigration aspect of it, regular real estate? What's going on right now as far as the immigration status, especially with COVID-19? Are people getting deported right now?
They're still doing, I would say, in Elizabeth Immigration Court, where that's where a lot of the detainees are being, they're holding their hearings. Those are still continuing. The detained individuals.
How are they doing it? Are they allowed to do it in open court?
It's usually, from my understanding, I haven't been to court recently, but for my colleagues, I have any clients right now in detention, but it's pretty much the lawyers appearing along with the judge. The client is on televised because they're in the jail, on the detention center.
That's great.
The non-detained, which are the folks that, have immigration court that are not detained, those cases right now have been adjourned, I believe, through May 29th. I think later on they're going to reassess whether they're going to open the immigration courts. Right now, all those cases are being rescheduled, and they're being pushed out all the way out to like 2023, 2024. But most immigration lawyers are still operating under the assumption that we still may have court. So we're still working on filings, submitting to both, the Department of Homeland Security, the trial counsel, as well as the courts. And we're still moving forward. And with regards to, overall with immigration, is that there's just this fear that has been going on with this current administration. And a lot of the fear has, basically has caused a lot of clients, both existing and new clients, to call me and say, Carolina, what can I do? I want to adjust my status. I want to keep moving forward with my case. I'm scared what's going to happen, come November, or what's going on now with the COVID-19. Are they picking up people? Are they still processing applications? So there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of concern, especially with folks who have work authorizations. They're concerned that, am I going to be able to renew my work authorization? Is USCIS, which is United States Citizenship for Immigration Services, are they still processing applications? So I'm getting a lot of these calls, and I'm also getting calls about folks that are, saying, hey, you know what? Hopefully this pandemic will be over. I want to move forward. I want to become a United States citizen. I've fallen in love with somebody abroad. Can I bring them over? So I'm getting a whole host of different kinds of matters coming into my office.